Well, more now on the so-called economic stimulus plan and our special coverage. Lou's line item veto tonight. The Congress wants to spend about $2 billion of your money on national parks. That's about just about what the national parks spend every year. The Senate is pushing for somewhat less, $800 million. That would be just about half what they spend each year. But how many jobs would all that money create? Not many. How would it stimulate our economy? Not much. Kenny Pilgrim with the report.
The national parks are a treasure. That is not up for debate. But some question why billions of dollars for national parks is in the new stimulus bills in Congress.
The national parks get $2 billion a year. To give them $2 billion out of borrowed money from some future generation begs the real question of not is it nice to spend, but is it our right and money to spend by borrowing it from the American people, and that's what we're doing.
The House stimulus bill passed last week included $1.7 billion in funding for the National Park Service, which would nearly double its annual budget, which has been running about $2.5 billion a year. The Senate version includes some $800 million. The Park Service says that money is needed. They have a backlog of $9 billion worth of work that includes repairing roads and park facilities. A privately funded group that lobbies for the Park Service says the spending makes sense.
With the economic situation the way it is, people are going to be more likely to stay home and look for recreational opportunities right at home, rather than getting on a plane and going to Europe.
Government watchdog groups like Common Cause think billions in lump allocations ought to be re-examined.
I would ask that the legislative body in the House and Senate really look at these projects on a case-by-case basis and make sure that it's not just make-work projects, but projects that help to stimulate the economy.
Some point out that jobs were created for the national parks during the 1930s for unemployed Americans. The National Park Service estimates at least 30,000 jobs would be created by the House version of the bill. Now, last year, 278 million visitors went to the nearly 400 parks across the country, but attendance at national parks has been declining by millions since hitting a peak in 1998. Well, the National Park Service today told us they're hoping for the funding, and they are seeing the beginnings of an uptick in visitors this year. Lou.
Already they're seeing an uptick.
That's what they said.
Oh, my goodness. I don't want to have to do an audit, but I think that's rather a convenient uptick, as they say. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Kenny Pilgrim.